All right, so now I'll start to letter the Rio Grande engine, and it doesn't hurt to put the number on first, and it's 3137. Kind of measure out where. There we go. Put the 3137s in the number board. These can be the ghost letters I talk about quite a bit, where you can just sort of see them. And then the stripes. Especially on an engine like Rio Grande, where there are a lot of stripes. I would be much more, I do my best to just sort of make the stripes be equal width as much as you can, versus trying to count how many there are. You're much kind of better off. Your eye will catch if the stripes are right about the same width. And I know there's a tendency to want to have the exact amount of stripes too. But when you start trying to count each and every stripe, then you end up erasing them a lot, and it gets kind of messy, especially as you're practicing. And then you get the essence of where it says Rio Grande on the nose. So just put the G, and then there we go. And then basically put, okay, the G in Rio Grande kind of goes right about here. And we could have written the Rio Grande first, or you can do a lot of these things in just about any order. One nice thing about this is that the Rio Grande logo, even though it's pretty bold, it's actually pretty forgiving in the sense that the letters are each one kind of has its own character, you know. So, whereas a lot of logos, I kind of measure, they're all sort of, there's actually a lot of room to write it. So this, if I had to name an engine to practice, this is a pretty good engine to practice. It's bold, it's very recognizable. come down. You can just sort of see at times if you're lettering, like the G I notice is lining up here, so sort of bring this down a little bit. Your eye starts to catch that kind of stuff. Good to fix that as soon as you can. A lot of times when you get focused on the letters, it's good to kind of pull back 2 or 3 times and see the bigger picture of what you're writing, just to see if there's like a little bit of a slope to what you're writing, or if the letters are lining up. There's the word grand. And there's Rio. And the little kind of return arrow. They kind of somewhat line up right there. Okay. Just sort of kind of see little things you want to clean up. I don't recommend cleaning up too much stuff, but if you just see a little. Okay. So let's see. Then here's a little detail. Here's the fuel shutoff. Mentioned I might see. Okay. And so Rio Grande's written on there. And all right. It's now been lettered.